Brace yourself, my friend. I have something to share with you that is of utmost importance. In fact, it's so critical that if this information does not reach you by the break of dawn tomorrow, we might lose our chance to alter the course of events that are about to unfold. Picture this. You're standing at the edge of an ominous precipice, and beyond you lie 6 days, March 17th to March 22nd. Seemingly ordinary, yet potent with profound implications. These aren't just dates on a calendar or mere specks in time. They represent a decisive week in the year 2025 that holds within its grasp a power so extraordinary, it could alter your life forever. Imagine walking down a long corridor. Each door you pass represents a day from March 17th through March 22nd. What lies behind each one? Opportunity or calamity, triumph or disaster. The doors remain closed until their respective day arrives. But remember, what happens behind those doors could change everything for us all. I don't say this lightly. We are at the brink of an epochal shift, and these 6 days will be pivotal in determining which way the scales tip. There's no crystal ball here. Rather, it is based on careful analysis and rigorous study backed by experts who've spent years deciphering patterns and predicting trends. You may question why these specific dates matter so intensely. Well, dear listener, sometimes in history there comes a period where every decision made has far-reaching consequences, where every action taken echoes throughout time, influencing generations to come. That's precisely what these 6 days in mid-March represent. A remarkable confluence of circumstances that hold within them unfathomable potential for both peril and promise. Now imagine again walking down that corridor, but this time armed with foreknowledge of what lies behind each door before it opens, the ability to anticipate risks and exploit opportunities, all because someone cared enough to share an urgent warning with you. That's what I'm doing right now. In the grand scheme of things, we may be tiny dots in the universe, but never underestimate the power that one person can have. Your actions over these 6 days could create ripples that turn into waves, affecting not just your life, but possibly those of countless others. So heed this message and prepare yourself for what's coming between March 17th and March 22nd. The clock is ticking, my friend. We don't have a moment to lose. Remember, knowledge isn't just power. It's our best defense against the unknown. I can almost feel the seconds slipping away as I write this to you. The urgency in my words is not born out of fear, but from a deep-seated desire for you to be prepared, to stay ahead of what's coming between March 17th and March 22nd. Yes, the most decisive week of 2025 is upon us. Consider this a beacon in your darkness, a guiding light when all else seems shrouded in mystery. You see, knowledge isn't just power. It's our best shield against the unknown. And right now, we're stepping into uncharted territory. Let me paint you a picture with an example close to home. Remember when John from down the street was caught off guard by last year's economic downturn? He ended up losing his business because he wasn't prepared for the changes that were clearly signposted, if one knew where to look. Now imagine being equipped with insights that would allow you not just to weather such storms, but also capitalize on them. While others are left reeling in confusion and uncertainty, you could be confidently navigating through these turbulent times because you had foresight. Take another case. Susan from your book club who managed to turn her small-town bakery into a thriving online business during the peak of lockdowns? She didn't do it by chance or sheer luck. She saw what was coming and adapted before everyone else did. Like Susan, we can choose either to be swept away by events beyond our control or harness their potential and rise above them. Between March 17th and March 22nd lies such an opportunity, a fork in the road leading towards two different futures. One where we're blindsided by circumstances, or another where we steer our destiny with foreknowledge and preparation. And let's not forget about Peter, who had always dreamt of owning his apartment, but couldn't afford it due to skyrocketing real estate prices until last year's market correction. He capitalized on the opportunity because he was prepared, and now he's living his dream. This decisive week could be your John, Susan, or Peter moment. It could bring with it changes that might seem daunting. But remember, they also carry immense potential for growth and success if we're ready to seize them. The clock is ticking, my friend. We don't have a moment to lose. This must reach you before tomorrow, because when it comes to the future, forewarned is forearmed. My friend, the world doesn't stop spinning, and neither should we. Your tomorrow hinges on what you do today. Let's dive into what the week of March 17, 22nd, 2025 has in store for us. Imagine a chessboard. Each move is crucial. It's not just about making a move, but predicting your opponent's next one. This week feels exactly like that strategic game of chess where every decision counts. So let me paint a picture. It's March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, a day known for luck and celebration. However, this year it could be a turning point for our economy. According to top analysts from Wall Street, there's talk of an imminent financial shift that could disrupt the entire stock market as we know it now. Hold that thought. On March 18th and 19th, keep an eye on technology giants like Apple and Google as they release their quarterly reports. These are not just numbers on paper. These figures give us insights into consumer patterns that can impact other businesses, even yours, so pay close attention to these tech titans' announcements. Now let's skip to March 20th, International Day of Happiness. Ironically enough, though, this day might usher in some startling global policy changes predicted by political experts around the globe. Trade policies being revamped or immigration laws rewritten. Changes that could have profound effects on international relations for years to come. March 21st and 22nd then bring us face to face with environmental challenges. Climate change activists have marked these dates with worldwide protests demanding immediate action against increasing global warming threats, a stark reminder of how our personal choices impact our planet's future. So here we are at the threshold of one roller coaster week, each day filled with potential setbacks or breakthroughs depending upon your perspective. While I can't predict all outcomes with certainty, remember this: knowledge isn't power until it incites action. So, whether you're an investor observing market trends, a tech enthusiast awaiting the latest report, an entrepreneur adjusting to policy changes, or an individual mindful of their environmental footprint, this week is decisive for all. It's your move on this chessboard of life. How will you navigate the week of March 17, 22? Remember, my friend, forewarned is indeed forearmed. Let's dive right in, my friend. The stage is set for the most decisive week of 2025, a week that could turn the tide on our environmental footprint. The game? It's yours to play. You're no mere pawn. You're the king or queen of your own life's chessboard, tasked with making moves that will shape not just your future, but our collective destiny. Picture this. You start your Monday morning with a cup of coffee. But consider this. If it's not from sustainable sources, each sip contributes to deforestation and biodiversity loss. Now imagine replacing that single cup with ethically sourced beans. Small action, but an effective one nonetheless. Then comes lunchtime. Are those vegetables on your plate locally sourced? Or have they traveled thousands of miles, leaving behind a trail of carbon emissions? Choosing local produce isn't just about supporting local farmers anymore. It's about safeguarding our planet too. As evening rolls around, do you flip on every light in your home or only what's necessary? Remember, energy conservation isn't just about reducing utility bills. It's about minimizing demand on power plants and thus decreasing greenhouse gas emissions. And when bedtime arrives, did you know even the clothes you wear play a part in this intricate web of sustainability? That cotton shirt might feel soft against your skin, but growing cotton takes enormous amounts of water and chemical pesticides. Opting for organic or recycled materials can make a significant difference. But here's the kicker. These examples aren't hypotheticals. They are real decisions we make every day that impact our environment directly. And during March 17, 22nd, every choice counts double as we stand at a critical juncture between environmental preservation and destruction. Remember how I said forewarned is forearmed? Well, now you're armed with knowledge. Use it wisely to navigate through the challenges ahead, to take control over how you live and influence life around you. The clock is ticking, and the ball is in your court. This week isn't just another 7-day stretch on a calendar. It's a chance to make choices that can echo positively in our environmental saga. It's an opportunity to pivot from passive observer to active participant. This decisive week of 2025 beckons you with open arms. How will you respond? As I speak to you now, the sands of time are trickling through the hourglass. We stand on the precipice of a turning point in our shared history, an epochal moment that will either define us or be defined by us. This is not about doom and gloom. Rather, it's an earnest plea for you to understand the significance of this decisive week in 2025. This period from March 17th to March 22nd isn't just another span of days on a calendar. It's a crossroads where we collectively decide which path humanity will tread moving forward. Will we continue down our current trajectory, or will we muster the courage to change course? The choice is ours and ours alone. The urgency cannot be overstated here. We're standing at a juncture where complacency is no longer acceptable, where being a bystander means complicity in steering our world towards uncertainty and peril. You see, this isn't merely about environmental conservation anymore. It's about survival. Yours, mine, and generations that follow us. You may wonder why I put so much emphasis on you. That's because every ripple starts with one small stone thrown into water. Every avalanche begins with one snowflake falling onto a mountainside. If you've ever doubted your capacity for change or questioned whether your actions matter, let me reassure you, they absolutely do. It's more than high time for each one of us to pivot from passive observers into active participants in shaping our future reality. To not just echo positivity but embody it entirely as we navigate through these turbulent times together. We can no longer afford to turn away from uncomfortable truths or bury our heads in the sand, hoping issues would resolve themselves miraculously, without any effort on our part. This decisive week serves as both reminder and catalyst, a reminder of what could happen if we fail to act responsibly, and a catalyst propelling us toward the change we so desperately need. Remember, this is not a battle that can be won alone. It requires collective consciousness and unified action towards a common goal. We have to rally around our shared purpose, to safeguard our planet for ourselves and generations yet unborn. This decisive week of 2025 is your call to action, your invitation to join the ranks of those who refuse to stand on the sidelines, while our world teeters on the brink. The urgency is here right now. It's in every breath you take and every decision you make. The time for action is now, not tomorrow or next week. But now this moment, this heartbeat, that's all we have guaranteed. So as we usher in these pivotal days ahead, I implore you, let this message resonate deep within your being. Let it ignite a spark that fuels your commitment towards taking bold actions necessary for shaping our collective destiny. Let's ensure when history looks back at this decisive week of 2025, it remembers us not as passive observers but active participants who made a choice to protect, preserve, and persevere against all odds because there's no planet B. And remember, every sunrise offers a new day filled with hope and opportunities. Seize them, so march forth into these decisive days with courage in your heart, because you matter in this grand scheme of things more than you could ever imagine.